Hi Libra, my name is Missy and I'm here to read some AstroCharms for the month of September. What I'm going to do is pull an oracle card from the Mother Mary deck and a couple of the cards from the Housewives Tarot to look at the general energies of what's going on for you this month. And then we'll look at some charms, and I'm going to go ahead and read the charms the way that I would a transit reading. So there's going to be a little bit of astrology mixed in with it. We have the song Summer Romance, Anti-Gravity Love Song, Incubus. Yeah, so let me go ahead and get these a couple more shuffles. You may want to Google that song, look at the lyrics, see how or if it even applies to your situation. These readings are meant to be timeless and general in nature. If the details fit for your situation, the reading is meant for you. If they do, please do not try to make them fit. That will do more harm than good and is definitely not my intention. I am not a doctor, lawyer, or accountant, so if you need any advice in those areas, please consult a professional. And please do not do something simply because I suggest it in one of these videos. You are an adult who has responsibility for your own life. So please use that responsibility to your advantage. All right, give me one more shuffle and then we'll start getting some cards pulled. I actually kind of feel like we need to use this one right there. That's what we're going to do. Now we have Our Lady of Blessing Bestowed. You know, a couple of signs have had this card already. So maybe September is going to be a really good month for a few people. Also, these readings are for Sun, Moon, and Rising. So if you know what your other placements are, you'll want to watch for those. And if you know enough about your chart, you also know that you have all 12 signs of the zodiac in your chart to some degree or another. You just use some more than the others because of your placements. But depending on which area of life you are concerned with, you have a certain astrological sign that governs that area, or that if you were to interact or deal in that area of your life in some way, that sign is going to give you a pretty good clue as to how you would deal with it. So, you know, anybody who says I don't have any Taurus in my chart they're not accurate, because they really do have Taurus in their chart. Just depends on where. So you could watch these readings for any one of the houses if you have a question about any one of those areas of your life. So just keep that in mind. Oh, right there. Ace of Pentacles. So now we've got a blessing on a new beginning, possibly. Something tangible. Could even be something, if it's not money or work, then, you know, it's going to be something, you know, something that you can actually like either hold in your hands, or like some action, something that you see, that you can feel, that you're not questioning. All right, so we have the Queen of Cups, the Five of Pentacles, and the Seven of Wands. And actually it came out this way. I remember now because I put them one on top of the other. Okay, Our Lady of Innocence. Interesting. So the reason that I say interesting is because Libra rules, or Libra owns the 7th house. And it's, you know, Libra tends to be one of those signs that, you know, is a justice fighter. So to have a card say Our Lady of Innocence, it means there's some sort of justice at play. Also, you have the upper hand here because of the Seven of Wands. So, you know, again, not only do you have the upper hand with the Seven of Wands, I think somebody was playing dirty, especially if they were trying to leave you out, or you know, something. There was either rejection or lack, or there was something. Somebody felt left out in some way, and it put them in their feelings. I think it was probably you who felt left out or rejected. But the thing is, you have the upper hand, and look at the way that her face is and the way that she's putting the ice in that cup. Hold on, let's get it to focus. Okay, so look at her face. She's like, uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Did you doubt me? I am the queen, right? Look at that crown. So you have the higher ground. You have the upper hand, especially because I think somebody was doing something underhanded. This is the second sign that had this Seven of Wands, and as I explained in the other video, the only reason to use a toothbrush to clean a toilet would be because, you know, either you are, you know, you are a clean freak and have OCD and you're trying to get things spotless, or it's because you are trying to do something passive aggressive and be a jerk because you want the person that owns that toothbrush to brush their teeth with it, right? So it's something underhanded. And I think somebody did something underhanded in the past which left you rejected. You were rejected or left in the dark or left without. You lost something in some way. And there's justice at play in September, and you may, hold on. Hold on. You may receive it, but I think that it's going to be, there's going to be a lot of work. Look at that. Look at all the mops and brooms and everything, but there's a lot of recognition for the work that you're putting in, and you do look satisfied here. So maybe you do whatever it is that you lost because of somebody being underhanded in the past. You're going to get, it'll be restored, but it's going to have a lot of work attached to it, or a lot of responsibility or something attached to it. But you have it, you've got it under control with this particular cards. Now, the Three of Wands, is typically like waiting energy. You're waiting for your ships to come in. So it kind of feels to me like it's saying, oh, and look, here's another three, which is the Three of Cups. And this is typically a card of like joy, and here you've got a baby, so it can be very joyful, or the birth of something, or even a reconciliation, because it is the Three of Cups. So maybe you're waiting for reconciliation. And I think you're going to get the recognition or reconciliation that you want that's attached to this situation, and it'll be something tangible, like somebody will come in and apologize or something, or you whatever it is that you are asking for, asking to be compensated for, you're going to receive it. It's like you're celebrating. There's a big yes here. Okay, so what I'm going to do is put this one on the top, I think. All right. Let's go ahead and get to the charms. So anything that falls here in the center is going to represent either something that needs your immediate attention, something that should be your focus for the month of September, or something that could happen immediately after you watch this video. If it falls on the rest of the board, the timing of it is for September itself. If it falls in the green ring, the timing is somewhere between 1 to 3 months from the time you watch this video. And if it falls on the table, it will be 3 months to a year out. Anything that falls on these two cards here will have a special message attached to it, for those cards. Okay. So we have the song. Let's get this party started, Corn, and it's exactly 1:23 p.m. So 1, 2, 3, let's get this party started. Let's get things going. Kind of the message there. Oh, interesting. This Five of Swords is now on the bottom of the deck, and I was going to ignore it, but I feel like you may have to, like, there's something about tailoring your side, or cutting out something about your side. You have to tailor it, edit it, cut out certain things, something about that with this Five of Swords here. Because, well, first of all, the Five of Swords is a card of conflict, but again, it speaks to somebody doing something underhanded because they want to win at all costs. So maybe they were trying to cut you down or cut you out. But I think because this is on the bottom of the deck and the Nine of Cups comes directly after it, with the Three of Pentacles directly after that, where again, there's recognition over the hard work that you've been putting in with that Three of Pentacles. I feel like it's saying, tailor your side. Especially tailor, like if you want to be able to work together or collaborate or something, like, because that's what the message of the Three of Pentacles is. If you're looking for a collaboration or to work together with someone, you need to tailor your side to fit what you want. And it's more than likely that will happen. But there is also recognition as well coming here for that Three of Pentacles. So regardless of what happens, I think you're going to be recognized for your efforts. So we have quite a few letters here. They can spell out a word, although we don't have any vowels. So one of the things about the letters is that, depending on which area of the chart they fall in, it can represent a person, place, or thing that is going to be important for that area. So we'll start here in the middle. It could be that there is a person, place, or thing with the letter K attached to it that could be the solution or the key. It's at the heart of the issue. It's what you need to focus on the most. Also, having the open heart key, what that's saying is you have to open your heart, either open your heart to this person or to this thing or whatever it is, right? Communication is also important here. Open yourself to communicating with others about this person, place, or thing. So that's like the main, most immediate focus. If we come to, and we start with each of the houses, because you really have stuff spread out everywhere. Although there's nothing specifically in your first house, it's mainly in your 12th house. And this actually goes back to that energy of being recognized for your efforts, because this particular piece of amethyst, I call my butterfly amethyst, because it looks like it has a little butterfly in it. There's some hematite staining. Anyway, or iron staining, I should say, not hematite, iron staining in it. But so, butterflies represent transformation, and the 12th house are the hidden things. So you've been transforming behind the scenes, like things have been changing behind the scenes, and I think it's going to change your situation. But I think in terms of it affecting you specifically or directly, I'm not so sure, because there's only a small portion of that hitting your first house. So like, you have been putting in work behind the scenes and a lot of it, but I think a lot of the transformation that's been happening, maybe you don't know about. Let's just put it that way. If we move on to the second house, we have the signs of Scorpio and Gemini represented here, but Gemini is sitting over the symbols for Pluto and Mars. So Mars represents action, Pluto represents change, Gemini is air or communication energy, and we have the letter D and the sign of Scorpio here. So basically what this is telling me is maybe there's somebody that you need to say something to in order to transform a situation. And it could be, related to a person, place, or thing with the initial D. And that, I think, could be happening from the time you watch this to at least 3 months out. I think it starts here, though. And, it goes all the way for at least 3 months. Like maybe this is an ongoing negotiation or something here. We skip the 3rd house and come over to the 4th house, where we have the letter B sitting over the sign, the symbol for the sign of Capricorn. So this can be a person, place, or thing that is important to your family, with the initial B in September, or your security if it's not family, or your house as well, because this is the 4th house, which has to do with home and family. So, take that however it resonates for your situation. If we move on to the 5th house, the rune of joy it's upside down, and this is the house of fun and joy. So to have that upside down in the 5th house, like maybe you're feeling a little bit sad, I think, depressed. Yeah, it's sitting over the symbol for Aquarius, which rules the 11th house and your friends or social circle. Maybe it could be saying that if getting out will help to restore your joy, like getting yourself out there, socializing will help to restore your joy or maybe reach out to your friends because you're feeling sadness, I think. If we move on to the 6th house, which has to do with how you spend your time each day, your own health and well-being, as well as the work that you do or the service that you provide. And so we have the letter N coming out over the symbol for Pisces, as well as the symbols for Neptune and Jupiter. So Neptune and Jupiter are 2 planets that have to do with like dreams, right? Or like benefiting from your dreams, being able to live your dream, having a very soft, sort of dreamy daytime, like that's how, because this is the house that talks about like how you spend your time each day, right? So either you're sleeping a lot, you're daydreaming a lot, or you are fantasizing about the fun stuff that you would like to do, but you're not actually getting out there to do it. Could be related to a person, place, or thing with the letter N, or they could be a Pisces. Also, how you can be of service to others, right? When you have, because this is that house, right? If there is a person that you could be of service to that has the letter N in their name, or they are a Pisces. Neptune energy is like the higher octave of Venus, meaning it's like unconditional love. So you may need to practice unconditional love or being compassionate with this person in order to be healing and to be of service, or maybe you just need to practice unconditional love with yourself. We have the song One Way or Another, Blondie. So for the 7th house, the only thing that we have is this teeny little piece of fluorite. And it's coming out like right here on the edge where it's like getting ready to hit this little green thing. So that tells me that there's some sort of like study, because for me the fluorite is a very mental stone, and it is the student stone. It helps. It's about mental clarity, being connected, especially for the purple one, right? It's about being connected. But it's a student stone, so there's something you're studying that has to do with your partner whether this is a spouse or business partner, or it's just somebody that you're in competition with or that is opposed to you. Maybe you need to study the competition so that you can have a better strategy for yourself. And it's interesting too that we've got this song that's talking about somebody who's stalking somebody else, and in this house, you know, studying the competition. Like, I don't know, maybe you're stalking the competition, trying to learn or study from, you know, learn something from them. And you never know, it might be something that could help you. Just don't be like, if it's a creepy kind of, you know, stalking, please stop, because that's creepy, obviously. So we do have, it's kind of in the 8th house, but it's mainly in the 9th house. So this is like the castle, right? It has to do with fantasy, but it's in the house of like other people or joint resources or other people's resources. So there could be like a house or something that you share with someone else. I'm not sure what this is, because this particular charm here, I put it in my charm box to be specifically a message of love from, you know, a passed on loved one, because it belonged to my aunt who has since passed away. But for it to come out over the 9th house, it's like loving yourself, right? Because that's what the 9th house is all about. Although it is the house of like foreigners and people that are different, those who are far away. And this is also the house of like meditation and like, you know, there's like, you can study like religious things here as well as astrology and other things like that. So there can be this sort of aspect of doing like an inner journey in order to receive a message of love from someone who's passed on. And that comes through meditation, getting in touch with your higher self. Take that however it resonates for your situation. We're going to move on to the 10th house. So we have Cancer sitting on this house with the letter P. So you could be dealing with a person, place, or thing with the letter P in their name, who maybe you're, because it's coming out over the moon, like you're worried about, okay, I gotta be honest, like I feel like you need to clear the air, because this is the house of like reputation, how people see you, right? So there could be someone who either has Cancer prominent in their chart or has the letter P in their name, or it's something that has to do with home and family and security that has this letter P attached to it, because that's what Cancer is all about, where you need to like clarify things for your own protection or clear the air for your own protection or to protect your reputation or something like that. This is definitely about your own, like protecting yourself through clarity. So take that however it resonates. Then we come to the 11th and 12th houses with this letter N. I don't know if I brought this up already, but you could have like, there could be some sort of somebody in your social circle who's maybe transformed, and I think they could have the letter N attached to their name, but I think you could see the results of that, especially how secure they've become, because if you look at this piece of quartz, it's literally shaped into a square, right? And it's definitely not calcite, for those who are wondering, because it has some rutylation in it, which you can barely see right there. It's or maybe it's tourmalated quartz. Either way, I feel like you're going to see the actual proof of the transformation of either a person, place, or thing with the letter N, and how solid and secure it's become, because that's what the square represents, is security, a solid foundation. That'll be obvious within 1 to 3 months from the time you watch this reading. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and leave that here. I hope that resonates. If it does not, please stick around. There may be another reading for you here on the channel that does. Please like, share, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell, tell your friends, whatever you can to help me get my channel out there since I'm new here. And I thank you for watching.